Welcome back to Market It with Atmo, where we share the tips, tools, and strategies to help your business be successful. I'm excited to introduce today business owner Nelly Sermonello. She owns Nightflower Boudoir here in DFW. Welcome, Nelly.
Thank you so much, Terry. I'm so excited to be here with you.
I'm excited to have you here. Now, you've had this business for around 7 years, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Congratulations on beating the 5-year hump.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So tell me a little bit more about your business you started and the story behind it. What encouraged you to start it, and is there a story behind the name?
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to tell you all of that. So Nightflower Boudoir was born as I was changing careers. I used to be a teacher, and so I was looking for something that, where I could be a little bit more creative.
Right.
And also a different job that would get me to interact with more adults.
Yeah, kids after a while they can wear on you, especially if they're not yours, right?
Right. I mean, I do love kids, and I enjoy that teaching moment and them getting that aha, like I got it.
Yeah.
But I needed more adults in my life. So I was just trying to change lanes. I decided to go into photography because I have a background in the arts as well.
Okay.
So I was just like, okay, well, probably not painting, probably not drawing, photography. Yes, that sounds fantastic. So it was kind of an easy move in that regard. And then the name Nightflower Boudoir, it's actually very meaningful to me because it's a bit of a long story, actually.
It's okay. We can shorten it just a little.
Okay, yeah, I definitely will. When I was in college and I was doing one of my drawing classes, one of the exercises was drawing the night. And, our professor was kind enough to make it cryptic and ambiguous, for us, like draw the night. So I ended up drawing what the night was for me.
Okay.
And I ended up drawing this beautiful night flower, which I ended up, Googling and just trying to, doing that research for myself.
Yeah.
And he told me, okay, this is great. It ended up being the best piece of work from that semester. I felt so honored and everything. And then he told me, you know what? I actually have this plant. Would you like a cutting? And I was like, can I please?
Oh, cool.
A night flower is a cactus flower.
Interesting.
It's very interesting, and it's very, very beautiful. The thorns are about yay big, too. I mean, it packs a punch.
Wow.
And it's a night blooming plant.
Wow,
So
that's beautiful. It sounds beautiful.
It is so beautiful. So it's born out of a bulb. You have your cactus, and then one day, boom, you have a bulb, and it's closed like this. And then one night, it opens in about a space of an hour, and it's about the size of your hand, and it's a white flower, just gorgeous.
That sounds beautiful.
And then in the morning, it closes up again.
Oh, so it's like a shooting star almost.
Yes, it's like
you
a
have
shooting
to be
star.
there.
You have to be there. And so the reason why I named my business Nightflower Boudoir is because I used to be a very, very shy person. I would have never done this in a previous life. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so for me, it was a representation of opening up to your own life. We live like this, so tight, so shy, so kind of scared of being seen.
Absolutely.
So scared of kind of being everything you can be or everything you want to be.
I agree.
The person you want to be. But if you're courageous enough for a short moment, it can
bloom
open to the possibilities.
Wow.
Step into that light and be the main character of your life.
So
because you only get one.
You really do. And it's hard to realize that. So what you're doing, I feel, is so, it's truly from the heart, allowing males, females, you photograph both, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So I think everybody goes through that moment in their life where it's like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's shift and do what I love. But some women and men don't know how to do that. Different seasons require different things. And
absolutely.
So what encouraged you to use this specifically? Were you wanting to help other people come out of their shell like you had? Oh, wow.
So the way that I ended up coming into boudoir directly from teaching was I found online this program regarding boudoir business, and I come from the deep south of Texas, okay, Brownsville, like all the way down there, and I was like, this doesn't exist here. What is this?
So it's a little risque in that area.
Yeah, it's very risque in that area. I actually was the person who originally brought it into the area. This did not exist there.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. I feel really good about that.
Spiced it up.
I know I did. I was like, here you go, guys.
Perfect.
But I followed that program for maybe about a year and a half because I wanted to know a little bit more about what is this?
Yeah, what is it? So tell us, what is it that you do and how do you differ from other boudoir photographers?
Yeah. So boudoir is, it can be different things to different people.
Okay.
What boudoir is to me is a way of encouraging people to, grow in self-confidence, grow in that self-love, own who you are today. No, you're not perfect. Your body is not perfect, but there is nothing wrong with it. Like, perfection is not part of the human experience. You're not supposed to be a Barbie doll. You're supposed to be yourself and to, enjoy your life.
Who you are now.
Exactly.
Who's to say what perfect is, right? I feel like it's different to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so, you love the life that you have. You only have one. Like, are you really going to spend the rest of your life looking in the mirror like, I'm like this?
Right. You have to enjoy yourself first, right?
Exactly.
I tell my kids all the time, I have to take care of me before I take care of you.
Yeah. And then in all of that, you grow in self-confidence. You grow in, more as a person, the person you want to be. You feel more powerful. You also feel more sexy. You feel all kinds of good things. And it has the ability to change your life.
Does it? So can you tell me one of your maybe success stories or somebody you really remember that it really helped them by experiencing that with you?
Yes, definitely.
Please.
One of my earlier clients, she became a good friend of mine actually after this session. She came in and, when I first spoke to her, she told me, Nelly, I really want to do this. My husband is encouraging me to do this mostly for myself. I have a wonderful husband, and he tells me that he loves me so much, and I believe him. But he tells me that I'm beautiful, and I don't believe him. I feel like he's just telling me because he's my husband and because, you're such a nice person. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for the compliment, even if it's not true.
I think a lot of us have that thought, right? Maybe not admit it, but a lot of us do have those thoughts.
Yeah. It was like, you're so beautiful. You're so nice.
Mm-hmm.
To make that up or to, just kind of
be polite about it.
Yeah, some politeness. That's the way that she was feeling about herself. She was like, I don't really see myself as beautiful. And I was like, girl,
let me help.
Show you. Let me show you. She was very shy. She came from a very conservative background, and that's never an issue, by the way. And, I work with people with all kinds of backgrounds.
Wonderful.
And so I was just like, yeah, girl, let's do something that makes you feel good about yourself, that shows you, the way that you want to see yourself. Mm-hmm. And so we did her session. It was wonderful. We had so much fun. She was just laughing the entire time. It was just great. It was beautiful. When I showed her the pictures, she was just like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is me. And that's something that it's actually very normal for people to tell me. They're like, this is not me. And I'm like, girl, it's not me. It's you.
That's the reaction you want, right? Yes. You saw the beauty in them when they couldn't.
One of the pictures, and it was her favorite picture, she's, wearing this, beautiful piece of lingerie, and she's mostly, covered up. It's nothing super, super risque. It's just a little mysterious. And she's, lying down, and she's kind of looking straight at the camera, and she's got this confident look, and her hair is beautiful, and she looks beautiful. And when she saw that picture, she just had to take a moment.
Oh, you captured that spark in her.
I did. And it was actually something so emotional for her that it made her cry. She was like, thank you.
Right.
I didn't know
how
that
much
I could be this, I wanted to see myself as beautiful, and I didn't believe that I could be. And I'm not even just looking at myself here as beautiful. I am, but I also look powerful and strong and confident and just like full of, you know.
Right.
And we kept up in touch, and this was a couple of years back, and we're still in touch. But
that's amazing.
You know, she got her pictures and she got her album and all the things. She was so excited to show her husband, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she had to text me. She was like, "Oh my God, my husband told me this is," and I don't want to say her name,
right?
Of
course,
it's like this is her, you know, the invincible her.
And you know, I bet your significant other sees it every day, but for you to be able to see it, I'm sure it's just a whole different type of feeling. Mm-hmm. So you're really changing people's lives.
Yeah.
And one of the things that, because we talked before the podcast, that I really resonated with me when you told me kind of your customer journey and how you approach the customer and take them through the process, which I'd love for you to walk us through, is that you mentioned you've had pregnancy photos so that they still feel sexy. And a lot of people, I don't think, understand how important that is.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people really feel, I mean, you're completely out of your norm, right? Mm. And the pictures you're providing and the accommodations you're providing, because you're mobile, right? You have a studio and you go on site.
Yeah, so I have a studio in Irving, but then depending on the type of the shoot we're doing, you know, I'm able to come into their home or travel. I mean, you know that I do, you know, mainly boudoir, but I also do portraits and maternity, like you mentioned. And so I recently had a couple reach out and they told me that they wanted me to do their boudoir session for them in their ranch. And I was like, yeah, I'll go to your ranch.
How sweet.
I had another client from the Rio Grande Valley told me that, you know, her favorite place was Vegas. So we actually a couple years ago went to Vegas and did her session up there, and we had it in the Paris hotel. It was so much fun. It was so much fun.
That's wonderful that you're so variable and accommodating. So can you tell us, you've been in business for quite a long time. Yeah. What does your customer journey look like, and how do you keep staying in front of them? What is your process, and what do you think is your best marketing tool?
Okay, so let me start with the process.
Absolutely.
First. So the way that it looks like when somebody wants to work with me, I mean, usually they'll shoot me a message or we'll meet and they'll express some sort of interest. We'll have a phone call. And so that is like, you know, our place to start is a phone call. And a lot of people prefer to text, and I'm like, look, you're going to have so many questions. It's just better to be able to talk about it this way. Mm-hmm. I'll ask them about, you know, how do you want to see yourself? Like, number one, like, why do you want to do this now? Like, I'm curious. I want to know about you, you know. I'm not just asking you questions. I'm like, you know, how long have you been wanting to do this? Just to get an idea.
It's very personal, right?
It is. It's like, let me understand where you're coming from first. You know, why do you want to do this? So that I know where you need to go. Because everybody's, you know, boudoir journey is going to be different. So I want to, like, make sure to be there by yours. Everybody wants something different in general. Some people want to be, you know, more spicy and more like, you know what, I just want to look super sexy and just, you know, have a gift for my significant other. Some people are, you know what, I've always wanted to do this, but I'm very shy, or, you know.
Wants an elegance maybe.
Yeah, some elegance. And sometimes it's also like, you know what, I'm doing this for me and I've been working out hard and, you know, this is something I want to do, etc. Or this is my body and I'm owning it. So depending on what they want to do, it's like, okay, you know, great. We'll select a date for them if they decide to book it, and we'll also book a secondary date where I'm gonna go to their home and do a styling consultation with them.
Okay, and what does that consist of?
Oh,
and,
it's so much
why?
fun. It is so much fun. I absolutely love it. So we'll spend about an hour together, and I'm going to help them select the outfits that they're, you know, going to wear. Because one of the biggest anxieties when coming into the studio is, oh my God, am I going to look okay? Mm-hmm. Like, is this going to photograph well? You know, sometimes they have like 20 pieces, you know, and I'm like, oh, this is so much fun. This can go with this, and this can go with this. And they usually tell me, oh my God, this is so good. I wouldn't have never put this together. And like, I'm here for you. Like, we're going to do the styling together. I also have a wardrobe for them in the studio, and I'll bring pieces in their size. And I'm like, you know what? I think that based on the things you told me that you're interested in for your session, this and this and this might be a good idea, to incorporate.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll say, oh, yes, I love this, or, that, or no, I want just the pieces that I have here. So I'm like, okay, great. So the styling is mostly so that they will have peace of mind the day of their shoot.
Absolutely.
They don't have to come in like a ball of nerves. It's also so that they can see me
and get familiar with you, which I
Yes.
think is it's a great tactic, especially in what you do. Therapists, I feel like you should have like some pre-qualification meetings
Right,
before, and it's
right.
almost the same thing. You're dealing with very personal, sensitive issues, right?
Yes, I am. And so, I want them to know who I am. There's a vibe check, like
sure.
we're good. Like I can work with this person. I feel comfortable with this person. They're not going to judge me. They're going to, take care of me, and I will. I'm like,
Right.
come here.
You
Like, I
feel
got
it.
you.
That
Yeah.
when we first met, I was like, she's just amazing aura.
Thank
so
you.
it's very, very almost soothing, right? To the whole, you make the boudoir scene not feel so risque and more
Right.
confident.
Right. And the thing is, the way that I see myself in like, I'm not just like your photographer. I'm here to be your bestie who's going to hype the heck out of you. And I'm here for you, for everything.
That's wonderful.
So, we're able to do all of the things that you want to do. We can make it sexy, or we can make it more demure, and we can make it more classy. We can make it all of these different things. But I'm always here for you.
And another way you do that, you mentioned earlier, is you actually have somebody doing hair and makeup.
That is right.
For me, that would be wonderful because I have no
Yeah.
idea how to do it. This is who I am, guys.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. That's very comforting in itself because I'll completely cancel a whole appointment if the hair isn't working right.
Right.
So you really take away all the stress.
Right, exactly. And so the day of the styling appointment, I'll also ask them, okay, like, how do you usually want to do your hair and makeup? We'll make a plan of everything there. We'll go over and create a mood board of sorts as well, so that I know, like, what do you like? Because
not
I
like,
went
right?
exactly. But some people are like, I like more darker images, or I like brighter images, or I like these poses, and then I know, okay, this is how they want to see themselves, and I'm able to take some inspiration from that for them.
Wow.
Because there's a lot of things that I know how to do, and I can take it in any direction because they're just photography skills, and I have them. So I'm just like, okay, but what is attractive to you? I want to know that because I want to give you what you want.
Absolutely.
Like, I want you to come and be like, boom, this is exactly what I wanted.
And maybe they didn't know that's what they wanted
Exactly,
to, right? That's
right.
amazing. So would you say you've stayed in this field, in this industry for so long due to the people you have around you? Do you think mentors are important in what you do or any industry?
Yes, mentors are definitely very important. I feel that I have stayed for my ladies primarily, but mentors are definitely somebody that you need to have yours.
Yeah,
So,
because being in business at least 7 years, I mean, I would assume you would need some guidance on those things, especially shifting from teaching to such a different industry and career. It's admirable, but how have your mentors helped you grow, if at all?
yeah, of course. So I have actually gone through a couple of different mentorships throughout my life, mostly regarding to, boudoir or boudoir business and, all of that. One of the, I guess I'll call him like public persons, not necessarily like a mentor that I follow a lot. Also is Grant Cardone, just for like mindset and like,
Absolutely, to
business type
stay
of
on
thing.
your right mindset and course each day.
Right. Because I think that he's got a really professional approach. So I'm just like, okay, I like this guy. Somebody else who has been a mentor in my life has been Rich Sermonello, my husband. I've learned everything from photography to mindset to business from him. So he's definitely somebody who has been like a strong person there for me,
That's
be like,
wonderful.
hey, go this way type of thing.
Absolutely.
So that has helped. And many other photographers and photography educators as well. which he is also one, I should say.
Oh, that's nice that you guys were able to learn from each other, maybe more than others would in the jumping into that scene just cold, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was the educator and.
Okay. I'm sure he learned a few things from you, though.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
As we go
I'll tell
on.
him that.
So what would you say is the biggest challenge for you in this, being a business owner in this field of work? What's your biggest challenge?
I think that the biggest challenge is a lot of times helping my potential clients to be able to say yes to themselves. Because it is something they're investing in themselves. A lot of people feel like I want it, but I'm not ready. Like my body is not perfect.
Right. You're not ready to see what everyone else sees.
Right. Well, maybe I don't think that they're thinking in those terms. They're just thinking in the terms of I have the eternal 5 pounds to lose.
Oh, that you never lose or you gain or
yes. Or they want to do it, but they have a fear of sorts of actually getting it done, even though they've been wanting to do this for the last 5 to 10 to 15 years, you know?
Yeah. So how would you say you overcome that?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of, talking to them and helping them understand that, you know what, you don't have to be perfect to do this. You don't have to, be a size 0 to be good for boudoir. If you're a size 0, you can do it. If you're a size 22, you can do it.
Absolutely.
It's for you if you want it.
Yes.
Your body does not have requirements of how it needs to look. So it's helping them understand that. Because, a lot of people have that feeling of like, oh no. And a lot of people have actually, when we're on the phone, they kind of tell me apologetically, is that I'm a big girl. And I'm like, girl, I love working with big girls. I work with so many big girls. That is not a problem. Is that I have stretch marks. Girl, we all have stretch marks, across the board.
It's part of the beauty, right?
It's part of being a woman,
And even men, I know that my husband's gone from big to small, and he has stretch marks that he doesn't like or appreciate or didn't.
Yeah.
And when you internalize and have those negative thoughts, what you do kind of brings out the positive in it all.
Yeah.
Which is amazing to me. So at what stage of business do you feel like you're in right now?
I feel that my business is in a growth stage. Even though my business is as old as it is, I'm only going on my third year here in DFW. So it's still
a different demographic,
yes,
right?
Yes, it is a different demographic. Also, my people are still barely kind of oh, she's here, so
really move. I mean, when you move somewhere in Texas from south to north or vice versa, east to west, it's like moving different states for anyone that's listening.
Especially within Texas, girl, because we can fit a few states in here.
Yes, my mother said I could drive from Mississippi to Alabama in less than a couple hours, and it's you can't even get to Midland in that amount of time. No. Sorry, guys. So do you find that your techniques and your skills really set you apart from other boudoir photographers, and how?
I think so. In my industry, in photography in general, I'm going to say something that is not popular to say. There are no requirements to be a photographer.
Ooh.
There are no, I want you to internalize this. I want you to know this because this is the truth. There are no requirements to be a photographer. There is education out there.
Right.
Not everybody does it. And so for me, something that was very important was, number one, I want to be proficient in my skills because I am a creative person. I want to create something beautiful. I want to create something that looks amazing and that my people are going to love because they deserve to be served that way.
Absolutely.
So I am definitely in, pursuit of not just being an okay photographer or girl with camera.
Right. If you're going to do it 100%,
yes,
right?
If you're going to do it, dang it, we're going to do it
all the
amazing.
way.
Yes, it's going to be fantastic.
Absolutely.
So that is something that sets me apart, my skills, my, continuous growth in the photography space and, wanting to become more creative and more develop that skill.
Absolutely. And you can only do that by being around people that have different ideas and thoughts. We actually met at a networking event.
Exactly.
And I looked back and it looked like you had attended a couple others. I'm like, how did this not happen? But I see you out there really trying to feel people and be a part of the community. Would you say that that's the biggest marketing tool that's helped you in business is referrals and networking?
Yes, a lot of referrals, a lot of networking, because word of mouth, girl. I mean, that is the way to go.
Especially in your field. It's
in my field, yes. I mean,
I'm going to trust
you
a
met
referral.
me, yes. You met me and you're like, oh yeah, girl. You know, like
Absolutely.
we connected. I feel that once people know me, they're like, oh, okay. She's not some weirdo person on the internet.
Right, because you always wonder and think, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I love that you have a studio and the ability to go into someone's home, because it's hard to walk out the front door that day to come to see you sometimes.
Some people have actually told me, girl, I was about to do your turn, but I already met you and I knew that was going to be okay. And I was like, yes, I got you. Like, you don't have to worry.
You've really perfected that customer journey, which is hard to do.
Imagine this. You know that you're going to do a session and you know that you're not going to be wearing your regular clothes. You know, you're going to be wearing less than that. And a lot of people have a fear of being in front of the camera. You know, you're coming into a space that is new to you. I want to make sure that you know that, number one, you are safe, that your privacy is protected, that you're going to be taken care of, that it's a clean, beautiful space for you, that, you know, everything is ready and taken care of for you, you know, that hair and makeup is going to look so beautiful and that you're going to love it the way that you see yourself. Like, have that pampering experience, because the worst thing in the world would be for you to come in and be terrified the entire time. Like, I don't want that type of experience for my clients. I want them to be like, oh my God, like, this was a day for me.
That was
and now
fun.
I can walk out like I'm Beyonce, you know, like.
And feel yourself.
Yes.
Truly. That is amazing. It's wonderful to hear that you're out there really trying to help people. And I think that that's what makes a lot of business owners successful. And I think that's what makes a lot of business owners fail, is the fact that if you're not passionate about what you do, if you don't believe in you, your clients can feel that, right? You're the people that are buying from you can feel whether or not you care.
Yeah.
And with an AI
girl,
world,
I care.
in an AI world, having that personal touch is so important, I feel, right now.
It really is. I have nothing against AI, but I personally don't use it in my business because I am after authenticity. You know, I hear a lot about AI headshots, and to each their own, but I feel like, you know what? You need to show up for yourself, because that is not a photograph. You did not show up for yourself.
And people can
in that
see
way.
it, right?
You can see. I can tell when I see an AI image. I'm like,
just so y'all know out there, business owners, parents, kids can tell off 2 seconds of looking at it. So y'all aren't fooling anybody out there.
I don't know that they're trying to fool it. I know that it's a trend. But
to your point, take some pride in yourself. Really show who you are, right? Not who somebody else is.
Yeah.
So I always ask each guest this: what is one thing you would tell your younger self when you first started this business that you'd wish you had known?
What is one thing that I would have told my younger self?
As a business owner, when you decided to start this business and go into this industry, what's something you wish you knew that you know now? What's that one thing you wish you knew back then?
Don't be afraid. Being in business was exciting for me, but also there were many things that I didn't, you know, invest into right away because I was afraid of technology. Like, I didn't have a website for forever. I have a website now, but now I'm reworking it. So now I'm like, you know, having those things like taken care of. But when I started, I was just like, I'm so scared. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
It's
like,
almost like a fear of success.
There is a fear of success.
Real. It really is. And so when you wish that you would have just kind of stepped out a little bit more, a little bit faster, trusted yourself.
Yes. I do wish that I would have stepped more, like you say, like step into it like a little bit faster. And I think that I also wish I would have known there are women, because this is mostly for women. I'm not like saying there are no men, but this is like mainly something that I work with women, and I would have said to myself, there are women who need this. Like, it's not just like, because sometimes as a business owner, I'm like, yes, you know, this is good for you. And then I don't work with people for like a certain amount of time, or I have like different things in my life. And then I'm like, I wonder if people want this. And like, no, there are women who are looking for this and who need it. And that this is something that isn't just like oh, well, that was nice. No, this is something that
is almost life-changing, right?
Yes. I have seen people like have a total glow up after this, like have their lives changed. And it's great. There was this particular lady that I work with twice, also in the south of Texas. And after doing this, she told me, you know what? After the second shoot, I realized that I was really not taking care of my body. Girl, she joined like a Warrior Queen workout program or something. Wow. And like now she's doing like all of these workouts, and she posts them on her stories on Instagram, and she became a brand ambassador for, I don't even know what the brand is.
All because of the confidence she gained from these photos.
Yes.
It is life-changing.
She always like cheerleaders me like to her people, because she's like, no, y'all don't know. Like this really kind of helped her like turn her things around, like her mindset about herself. She, you know, she's a wonderful person. She's a mom of 2 beautiful kids. She's a wife. And she was just like, I mean, now I know that I'm beautiful. Now that I feel, you know, confident, I'm ready to do something more. I'm ready to, you know.
You can look at your improvements in a safe space when you present them with the photos, it seems like. They don't feel judged.
No, they don't feel judged. I mean, if I take a picture of someone, I also want to make sure that they look their absolute best. So, you know, I'm lighting them in a beautiful way. I'm posing them in a beautiful way. I'm making sure that it's a beautiful experience and a beautiful environment. And then they see the picture and they're like, oh, my God. Like, you know.
All that awkwardness I just felt was a beautiful, beautiful masterpiece.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll tell you this. The awkwardness is just like walking into the door. That is the hardest thing to do, is show up. Just show up, because that is the hardest thing. Everything else, I take care of for you.
It's so almost relieving to hear that.
It is relieving. You should feel relieved, because you're not going to need to like figure out what to do or what to look. I'm literally going to have everything lined up, from like what outfit you're going to next, to where are we going into the studio next, to like the poses. Like, I'm not expecting you to know how to pose yourself. I'm literally going to like tell you, okay, you're going to do it like this. If I'm not communicating it well enough, I will show you and demo the pose for you. And then I'll like tweak like the little things. I'll move the light.
So there's never any room for guessing what's going to happen next. And that's amazing.
Now, some people, they take more of a lead. They're like, okay, now I want to pose myself. Fantastic, girl. Go for it.
Go
Have fun.
ahead.
But, you know, I'm always going to be like, okay, you know, now move it this way or that way. Like, I want to make sure that they're feeling good and that they're looking good, because I want to show them, like, from the back of the camera, I'll show you without editing, be like, look at this.
Just so you know, look at this. We're on a good route now.
Yeah, and I'll tell them, I'll be like, you look so good. They're like, oh, thank you. Like, no.
You need to hear that, right?
Like, yeah.
So for our business owners, for our ladies and gentlemen that are listening, if they wanted to say, give this an option for a session with you to a friend for Christmas or a family member to really help them level up as well, how can they reach out to you about that?
The best way to reach me is always by phone, or they can reach me through social media. I am findable on Instagram and Facebook. And my phone number, of course, like that is literally all over the social media.
Absolutely.
Well,
I'll put it at the bottom of this as well. But what's your name on your Instagram right now?
On Instagram, my personal page is Nelly Sermonello, but my professional page is Nightflower Boudoir.
Awesome. And I'll tag it down in here. But thank you so much for allowing us to really get some depth into what really is going on in the boudoir scene. It's not all risque. It's really about confidence.
Yes, and self-love and feeling good.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I can't wait to talk to you in a year after maybe we get ours done around here, right?
Good.
To all of our listeners out there, if you want to really help yourself or help friend or family member get a confidence boost, feel better about themselves, please contact Nelly, or you can contact me directly here at Market It with Emma. We'll see you next time.